welcome to episode 11 of Solar Power for Dummies. Ruben Obed here, transmitting live from Dorado, Puerto Rico, and basically I'm here to show you guys how to build a solar system. Easy, fast, and to the point. Here it goes. All right. In order to have a solar system, you need to have a sun. That's the sun, right there. The sun puts out its rays. Okay, so solar panel, you buy this is a solar panel, okay, and let's say that this is a 100-watt solar panel, all right, for 12 volt battery. So this will give you about maybe 20 volts, and a solar panel that'll give you about 20 volts will be for a solar battery, will be for a 12-volt battery, okay? Solar panel has two cables. It has the positive and the negative. Now, like I said, solar panel puts out 20 volts, which is too high for the battery. So, you buy a deep cycle marine battery, okay? Make sure it's deep cycle. It could be other batteries, but, and these batteries are 12 volts, okay? So, you can't connect the solar panel directly to the battery. Why? Because if it's 20 volts and that's 12 volts, the voltage is too high. So you need to buy a little machine called a charge controller. Okay? And you connect the positive, it'll have the inputs right here, positive and negative and positive and negative. So you connect the positive of the solar panel to the positive of the charge controller and the negative of the solar panel to the negative. And then what the charge controller does, it brings down that voltage to about maybe 14.4, and then you connect the positive of the charge controller to the positive of the battery and the negative of the charge controller to the negative of the battery. All right? That is a solar system, okay? The sun hits the solar panel. The solar panel sends the 100 watts to the charge controller. The charge controller regulates that voltage and sends it to the battery. And then how do you use that voltage? Then you buy a little box called the inverter. All right? And you clamp the positive of the inverter to the positive, the negative to the negative, right there. And then you connect your fan. All right? This is a solar system. This is all you need to know how to do. The sun hits the solar panel. The solar panel gives you 20 volts, and you hook that up to the charge controller. The charge controller is hooked up to the deep cycle battery. There's only two cables, positive and negative, red and black. So make sure this is the only caveat here. Make sure that you connect the charge controller first to the battery, so that the charge controller knows what kind of a battery is charging. So you connect the charge controller to the battery, okay? Once it's there, then the charge controller knows, okay, I'm charging a 12-volt battery. So then you connect the solar panel to the charge controller. Once that is set up, you already have a charging system, okay? And how do you use it? Well, the inverter will take that 12 volts, will multiply it into 120 volts like your house, and you'll be able to plug your fan in and your TV and whatnot. That is a solar system. It's that simple. Now, what happens is there are little details later on. If you want to add more panels, if you want to add more batteries and whatnot. But this is the basics. A 100-watt solar panel costs about $100. A good charge controller, a pretty decent one, an MPPT, I recommend. They'll run you about $100. A nice deep cycle battery will cost you about $100, and an inverter will cost you maybe about $50 to $100. So we're talking within all these components and factoring in maybe some cable that you might get, to extend it a little bit. You're talking maybe from $350 to $400. You will have this setup system. You know, let's say this deep cycle battery is about 100 amp hours, which means that you'll be able to run your TV for maybe like 4 hours, 5 hours, or maybe a TV and a fan for like 2.5, 3 hours, and some lights. If you get some LED lights, it'll last for longer. So this will get you through a power outage. You could charge your cell phones, you know what I mean, plug them into the inverter. So that's all you need. So with a total of 350 to 400 bucks, you'll have a solar system. All right, that's it. This is the basics of it. Simple. The sun hits the solar panel. Solar panel energy goes into the charge controller. Charge controller regulates the voltage to charge the battery, and the battery gives you the power to connect the inverter, and like that you can connect your fan and connect your lights. That is the solar system, guys. Those are the costs for the most basic thing. Okay, the only thing that I would say, and I repeat once again, once you buy the items, connect the charge controller first to the battery. Connect the charge controller first to the battery. Connect the charge controller first to the battery. The reason why I say it 3 times is because in educational studies, when you hear things 3 times, they tend to sink in. So that's it, guys. That's the solar system. It's that simple. Peace.